Did you know that the AJ-37's engine would stall when performing high angle of attack maneuvers? The fighter version of the Viggen, known as the JA-37, didn't suffer from the same issues as it was powered by the RM-8B. In-game, the AJ-37 would be susceptible to compressor stalls, especially during low-speed dogfights. Repeated stalls would cause permanent engine damage. Welcome to War Thunder vs. Reality, Sub Viggen Edition. The PS-46A radar installed on the JA-37C had a track while scan mode, allowing the radar to continue scanning for targets while maintaining an active radar lock on enemy fighters. As it currently stands in War Thunder, locking a target will stop the radar from scanning. While on the topic of radar, the AJ-37's PS-37A radar was capable of ground mapping. Here is a slide from DCS explaining it in more detail, but essentially the radar is able to help with navigation and poor visibility. It could also pick out ships and tanks, although getting a good lock on the latter required optimal conditions. Alternatively, you could also give up your radar and refit the plane to the SF-37 standard. This was a reconnaissance version of the Viggen that came equipped with an all-weather camera. This should be a modification available to the AJ-37. Installing this modification would allow you to scout targets with your plane in ground RB. Due to Sweden's unique circumstances, the Viggen had quite a few quirks that would make for interesting game mechanics. The limited number of Viggen airframes meant that the Viggens were designed with an ability to quickly rearm, allowing for high sortie rates. In War Thunder, Viggens should be able to rearm and repair at double the normal rate. The Viggen should also be immune to bombs while rearming, as they were stored in bomb shelters. Thrust reversers were installed to help shorten landing distances. However, in real life they could be armed in flight and would automatically deploy once on the ground. Fun fact, during the original groundbreaking dev server, the thrust reversers could be deployed in flight. In fact, the Viggen's landing distance was so short it could take off and land on certain highways. This would allow the Viggen to get rearmed off the airfield, if it's not critically damaged. In reference to the 1987 Blackbird interception, there is a small chance for a damaged SR-71 to spawn. It could be pursued by AI-controlled MiG-25 Foxbats. Intercepting and escorting the Blackbird to safety would grant a large amount of Silver Lions. The Viggen was capable of carrying the RB-04E, a sea-skimming fire and forget anti-ship missile. The missile has a 32 km range and a 300 kg warhead, making it significantly more powerful than bullpups and other comparable ATGMs. These missiles were never fired in combat. However, they were almost used during the 1981 Whiskey on the Rocks incidents, but that's a story for another time. In case you're curious on how War Thunder's MiG-21 would perform if it were historically accurate, watch this video next.